Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if I'm
Now we
doing...
can.
We can hear you perfect. Well, what is it that makes the South spicy? Is it the food, the nightlife, or the brilliance of the man that is the pride of Louisiana when he's not rocking it in the courtroom, running his own law firm, and visiting churches all over the world? He is a staple on Court TV, as well as a number of other news outlets, and killing it on social media and on Talk 107.3 with Brian Haldane. He is the incredible Franz Borghardt, joined as always by a Truth or Derek podcast Hall of Famer, a mere 2 states over. America's cerebral assassin, also incredible in the courtroom, although apparently for not much longer, on social media and running his own law firm. You know him from Court TV, CNN, ATL News 1, Scripps, and in the UK on Sky News, and a million other places when they need great advice. He is the deep digging, tell it like it is Georgian badass that is Joshua Schiffer. And, well, there is being the best darn cop out there, and then there's being one of the best darn podcasters out there. There's lending your brilliance to a bunch of news and media outlets, then being the brains behind Nancy Grace, all whilst spending a lot of time at the zoo for some reason. She is the founder
Lots
and
of
director
animals.
of the nonprofit Cold Case Investigative Research Institute, the star of CSI Atlanta, inducted into the National Law Enforcement Hall of Fame, which I know is one of your proudest moments. All this while penning the next true crime best-selling novel, Swans Don't Swim in a Sewer. You've all listened to Zone 7, and she is the great Sheryl McCollum. Sheryl, Josh, Franz, what up?
I am so happy to be here. Good night.
Couldn't stay away.
Could not.
Yeah. You know what? If we had this booked like a little while ago, and then we had to reschedule and all that sort of thing, and because it's always so good because we had Claudia King in with Josh and Franz, and we love doing the law enforcement officer, prosecuting attorney, defense attorney kind of angle on this. So, and again, with the book coming out, I figured, oh, we could do this for hours, but I know we can't. So
yeah, we literally went shut up, and the intro was too long. You've clearly are letting Franz write those intros.
Yeah,
hey, that's Kitty.
I'll try it next time. I'll just go. Josh, Franz, and Sheryl are here. Knock yourself out.
Sorry about the tail. Like that she is.
Don't ever apologize for getting too much tail, Josh.
Yeah, like this is
Josh never apologized for getting too much tail. Anyways,
there's a
you know what? I was going to ask you guys because again, I was saying we had this book last week. What the hell is going on down there? It seems like we have some sort of true crime. Do you remember when we talked to Vinny? He said that they're working on an average at Court TV about 350 cases, give or take, to see whatever they're going to run with. It seems like we've had 350 cases of true crime in the last 7 days. Like, again, what is like between the Rob Reiner and this? Again, I wanted to ask Sheryl and you guys because the stupidest thing we've heard to this point is somebody admitting to murder on a prison fund. But and again, I wanted Sheryl to talk about this because I'm sure she's seen some stupidity. When you arrest somebody and their Google search is, how can I kill my wife? Where's the best place to get rid of a body?
FYI, brand new decision today from Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Law enforcement does not need a search warrant to get your Google search terms. That is free third-party information. They just have to ask. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit of a reach.
But that's why I wanted to ask Sheryl.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Brand new, literally dropped today.
Wait. There's no way that's going to stand up with the United States Supreme Court. That is Google. That is Google being an agent of the state.
Dude, literally dropped today out of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. I followed super nerds. I'm a Twitter junkie. That's where you want to find me.
So Sheryl,
let's talk about red flags in that case.
At the first, at the first point of an investigation, when you have again a person in mind, how important is it for you to get the phone? Is that the first step?
It's real close, but let me tell you, for me, I want the 911 call. I want that. I want to know who called us first, who alerted us. And in this case, it wasn't Brian Walsh, y'all. It was her employer. Well, that tells you right there.
Because he was busy getting rid of the body.
Yeah. He was clearly busy. Preoccupied.
Yes. So
I'm not in a committed relationship right now, but let's say I was in love. And let's say I came home and I found my lovely partner deceased.
Yes.
My knee-jerk reaction wouldn't be, well, let me get rid of her and her body.
Hey, think about those kids. You can't let them know their mother's dead and disappear. Oh, wait. Zero thought. Zero. Complete
Right.
removal from reality at that point. The children obviously didn't even exist in this dude's brain.
Nope.
He was in full bore, ultra panic. And anybody that's done criminal work will tell you when you're panicked, that's when you make the dumbest, like how many crime scenes? And we found their driver's license there. Only way that happens is because the person's super panicked. They know they have done something horrifyingly wrong.
Right.
And man,
hey, and like he said, everybody was going to think I did something to her. I mean, she can't be alive one minute and not the next without them looking at me. You are correct, sir. That's the only right thing you did. This entire thing is think that way. Because if you look at this guy, not only is he panicked, he's not a criminal mastermind, y'all. He already failed once trying to sell fake Andy Warhol. I mean,
which is a terrible crime. Just
terrible.
So we all know, the art crime stuff.
Wait. Is it terrible loving Andy Warhol or trying to fake sell his?
The fraudulent art is a terrible crime because
it's a fucking can of soup. It's a hideous painting. I don't know.
No. If you want to talk about art, we can have that. That's multiple podcasts.
So sorry, Sheryl. Sheryl, if you could go back.
Wait, Derek. Wait. Sheryl, you're like one of the best forensic minds I know. And that's a bold statement. Like, how easy does your job become when it's like, oh, that was the search?
Oh my God. Not just the search, y'all, but we never get video of you shopping for your crime scene cleanup ensemble. And then you go to another, this is where his genius comes in. Okay, I'm going to pay cash because, they'll never catch me. If I use cash, my name won't be attached to anything. But you're on video, baby. You are on video. Then you go to another location because, again, you're so much smarter than everybody else. If I go to another location to get the tarps, they'll never put 2 and 4 together. And I'll tell you what, I'll take my 6-year-old child because a jury, they're not going to be mad about that.
I had a case where my client killed his fiance's rapist stepfather. So it was kind of a justifiable homicide of sorts. I had video.
He needed killing.
I had video for days of my guy shopping at Walmart, buying the tarp, buying the bleach, buying everything. And I'm just like, oh. They stuffed his body in a barrel in a trailer and flooded it. It was the strangest thing ever.
That's not how you get rid of a body.
Well, he obviously didn't Google. He didn't Google.
All right. So now that we've given Sheryl the softball case, let's make her. Hey, Sheryl, tell us what you think about the Mangione prosecution.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I'm not a lawyer.
Get the fucking warrant. Get the fucking warrant.
99.9% of the time, you need a warrant.
They had to withdraw his recorded statements during the interrogation, which is why the defense didn't cross on them, because they didn't give him notice, and that violates the Pennsylvania dual consent. All they had to do was give him notice. It's like, y'all.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Get the warrant. Give notice. Read their rights.
Luigi, I want you to sit there and enjoy your Big Mac or breakfast sandwich. We're going to go get a warrant. You're detained, so you're not going anywhere.
That's all you got to do.
Derek, I dream of motions to suppress like that. They never happen.
Sheryl,
absolutely incredulous as it sounds. If the defense gets more of this kind of incompetence from the state, it stops being a trial about guilt or innocence. It starts being a trial about fundamental fairness and prosecution and politics. That becomes the betrayal. And it's not, did he do something awful? You put the system on trial. He could, Lord knows it would be the 1 in a million shot. He could walk if they keep boning it up like this.
And didn't they call the DA? Didn't they call in the middle of all this and say, hey, this is what we got? Weren't they given some advice from somebody that should have guided them better?
So this is an example of guys, the murder is on video. Okay. This is your ball to drop.
Yep.
This is your ball to drop. I want to know the behind the scenes conversations of like the seasoned detective, like, wait, you did what?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Well, Cheryl,
I guarantee you it was loud and profane.
Cheryl,
the
is it-
field training officer's having a tough one.
is it tough for you? Like, let's go back to that moment now. You've heard your 911 call. You have your phone. You have your evidence. Your perp. I don't think anyone uses the word perp anymore, but I still like it. Is there that 12 or 24-hour waiting period where you're like, this sucks, but this is what I have to do because this is the letter of the law?
Yes. I mean, it would be great if you didn't have to go get a warrant. It would be great if you didn't have to call a DA or a judge or read people their rights. But can you imagine when that stops, what you have? And y'all, here's the deal. Like Franz said, we've got him on video. We've got him making a 3D ghost gun. We've got him writing on shell casings. We've got him using a New Jersey driver's license at the hostel. You can connect these dots. He took a bus, for crying out loud. It isn't like we can't say he went from A to B to C back to D. You can do all of that. It's so easy. And all you've got to do is go to a judge and say, hey, this is what we got. They're going to give you the warrant. Then you get everything. And I tell young rookies and young detectives, here's the deal. When you do it right and you spend an extra 5 minutes, not even 10, 5 minutes on that report, you are reducing your time on that stand, because Josh and Franz don't want to talk to you. If you've done everything right,
Yeah, no.
you can articulate it. They will
we
keep going.
lowered the threshold to get a warrant. Really, it is harder to get a pizza than
Yeah.
a warrant.
Cheryl
Like,
did her job too well.
literally.
Do not put her on the stand.
Yeah,
So-
like no, I have many. You grow up as a lawyer. Some of your friends become judges who approve these warrants, and
Yeah.
you talk to them. And trust me, the judges aren't looking to reinvent the wheel and start the world's first fire, dude. It's a warrant. They sign them.
All you need, Derek, for the listeners, for the viewers, all you need is probable cause.
That's it.
And in some
Specific
states,
articulable suspicion.
right? In some states, Louisiana, you don't even have to type it up. You can go swear before a judge
Yep.
Yep.
and say, "Hey, judge, there's some emergency situation." I don't think they had exigent circumstances here,
Didn't need
but
it.
didn't need it.
Didn't need it.
Could have just sworn or shit. Chat GPT. Hey, Chat GPT, these are what I have. Can you type me up a factual basis for a warrant?
Seriously.
Right.
So
You're welcome.
So assuming Cheryl skipped one of those steps, which we know she wouldn't, Franz, again, put your prosecutor hat on for a second. Is that the first thing you look for to think that you have to take this in a different direction? Like, again, with Luigi, they obviously have to.
On the surface,
pivot.
I'm a duck. On the water, you think everything's fine. I'm like, well, just press the gun. I'm good. I got all this other facts and all these other evidence. But deep down inside, under the water, I'm like, how the fuck? I just lost my murder weapon.
Yeah.
And that's by the way, you got all this other great evidence, but the murder weapon is pretty damn important because he can etch a sketch all he wants to on bullets, but without being able to tie the rounds to the murder weapon, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Now, Josh, on the flip side of that, is that the first thing you say where you can go talk to the prosecutor and say, listen, I know what's happening under the water of the duck?
There's no talking with the prosecutor in this case. Bluntly, they don't even need to see or talk to each other on the phone until calendar call. There shall be, the only offer is going to come in writing.
So here it is.
You're not chatting it up to make good points and be like, hey, man, you could have done this one a little bit better.
But
let's talk about a reduction from ag assault to battery. No.
But Derek's asking a trick question. If Josh is in federal court, all Josh cares about is getting death penalty off the table.
Yep.
In state court, where death is not on the table, Josh is just sitting back saying, if I get a lesser charge on this, I'm a big deal.
Oh yeah.
That's a huge win. In federal court, if you can get, and by the way, this kind of fuck up is the kind of fuck up that stops a death penalty from happening.
And
Correct.
that's the most
Correct.
salient and important point. Because right now, prior to this hearing, according to everybody, this was a very strong federal death penalty case in a part of the universe where death penalty is not super aggressively applied. It was going to be a great litmus test for the jury system in federal court. This was a clean one because it's literally on video, political assassination. It's what AUSAs go, this is what I want to put in prison. Like, this is good. It's clean. Now, it is not just unclean, but it has the potential to create the various appeals which muddy the water for other cases. I was talking with somebody else about this. A reporter yesterday. It's not just this case in the discussion of death penalty. This is a death penalty case in many, and death penalty is 100% different from all other litigation, including criminal litigation. Because death penalty, a win is, man, you're going to die in prison. Like, that's literally a win. So it's a different calculus and math. Everything the authorities screw up if they're trying to put a needle in you is relevant, important, and it is going to be appealed to the end of the universe because that's the job. And to do anything less is to betray your client whose very existence is in your hands.
So
Amen.
here's the bigger piece is whatever was in the bag that they searched without the warrant.
The manifesto.
If it gets suppressed, it's not just what was in the bag that's suppressed, but anything else, fruits of the poisonous tree that they got to as a result of searching it, and I don't know if there's an inevitable discovery rule.
That's what I was going to say. They're going to, in Georgia, it's still coming in. They're just going to find a way to do it.
In federal court, it's going to come in. In federal court, they have an inevitable discovery, which means, we would have found this anyway, Derek. We didn't need the stuff in the bag. But man, oh man, that manifesto not coming in, the murder weapon not coming in.
Look, it's bad. It's a bad look. But don't think
tell it like it is.
It's going to let him walk, and here's why. We got 100 cases a year where we don't have a murder weapon. That's okay. They can explain that. They can talk around that. The manifesto, don't need it. I think his social media, I think people he was around, friends, family, we know enough about the things that he said, the things that he complained about. He was a walking manifesto. We're good on that. We can connect the other things, the power bars, the water bottle, the fingerprints, him getting the bus ticket there, him being there, him not having an alibi, him being on video enough where people are going to go, yeah, that looks like him. That's the same jacket in the hostel. That's the same jacket on the bus. That's the same jacket in the taxi cab. I think we're still good. The problem is, I come from the school of Nancy Grace and everybody else that I've ever worked with. We want all of it because you got 12 people over there. And if you got 8 points, somebody over there might need point number 9 or point number 10. If you don't have it, they may have reasonable doubt. You don't want any doubt here. None. Especially if somebody's life's on the line.
I haven't had the pleasure of talking on Nancy Grace's show about this topic, but I've had the pleasure of getting yelled at by Nancy Grace before as token defense attorney. And I will tell you, I can fantasize about her going off rails because of all this.
You know what's funny? When we talk about Nancy, it's a lot like Gordon Ramsay. People don't go to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant to eat. They hope that they're going to get yelled at. So you don't go on Nancy Grace's show to talk about true crime. You go there so she can tell you to shut the fuck up.
Cheryl's a veteran. Josh is one of the top legal commentators I know. I was on Nancy's show that's going to air on Monday, and she's going off rails on something, directing a question to me. And after 2 minutes of going off rails, I'm on the camera going, Nancy, did you have a question?
Yeah.
Which did not go over well at all.
No.
All right, let's just circle around. We'll talk about Nancy Grace and Franz arguing with each other later. But with Sheryl, her and I first had a chat. The first time we talked was in May 2023. And around the 36-minute mark, you were telling me a story, and I said to you, now I don't want to take credit for this book, but I said, there's a book here. And you certainly got it done. And she's actually sent me a small part of it. I got to read it when I was on vacation. And first of all, incredibly well written, because you never know what to expect. Again, just with storytelling in general. So when did you, I'm just curious, Sheryl, like obviously with this amazing career you've had, why this particular topic and how did it get started?
You saying what you said, and honestly, I had person after person that I respected and worked with said the same thing. They said, you've got to write this one. And for me, one of the reasons I thought it was important is because there is not another case like it in history.
There's not.
There's not. And
utterly unique.
There you go. I mean, we got to talk about it then. We got to, put pen to paper. I'm not an author. I'm not a writer. And, I had a fabulous editor. Let me tell you, Lord, that poor woman is probably in a corner, curled up, shaking right now. But anyway, she helped a lot. Tell me, what to put things in what order.
I was gonna say a book is hard. Like,
dude,
but you know what? And I wasn't like, it's so funny with something else that I'm working on, and you guys, you'll get an email later this week and you'll see it. I kind of have to paraphrase for you guys being in the South with y'all and this, that, and the other thing. So again, when she sent me a sample of it, I wasn't sure like what to expect. And as I was reading it, I was like, fuck, it's just enough where you get to the end, you're like, you gotta give me a little bit more. You've got to give me a little bit more. So sorry, just continue.
No, I appreciate that, because here's what I did. It's written just like I talk. So a lot of it was done with a recorder, and some of it was taken from some of the podcasts. And so I have a real good friend from high school who's a court reporter, and she just put on headphones and she typed it for me exactly the way I said it. So, I had a lot of really good help and a lot of folks that said, yeah, this is a good one. I mean, this will show kind of that 361 that I always talk about. And there were so many people, and I want everybody to hear me say this because this is the truth. Whether it's Franz or Josh or you, every single person that I asked, hey, will you look at this? Will you walk me through this? Or, Josh saying, don't you say nothing yet, girl. You got a subpoena. Don't you say nothing.
Tell everybody just that we talked to, give everybody the 10,000 foot view.
Sure. So basically, I had a lady contact me, and she said, hey, well, let me go back even further. My friend from high school went to a diner, and she went there every day, and she got coffee and a Danish or whatever. And she talked to the, fun girl behind the counter. This particular day, the girl behind the counter was not happy. She was sullen, almost sad. And so my friend Donna said, hey, what's going on? And she said, well, I've never told you this, but my sister was murdered. It's been, 20 years, but, today's the anniversary, and I'm just having a hard day. And she said, it's a cold case. And she said, yes. She said, you got to talk to my friend Sheryl McCollum. She goes home and tells her mom, hey, we got to get in touch with this person. Mom goes to the husband and says, hey, we've been told about this person. What do you think? And the husband said, just show up. Just go find her, show up, and ask her to help. I am literally giving a speech. It's one of our whining crimes. I am on the stage talking. This woman comes in my peripheral. Now, this was a black tie event, y'all. And I noticed her. She's wearing Bermuda shorts, a tank top, and a straw hat. And she's carrying an 8x10 frame like that. And as I've often said, I'm not the greatest detective, but that I cued in on, that she don't look like everybody else. And carrying that frame, I knew she was somebody's mama that was either missing or murdered. So when I got done, I walked right toward her, and she turned the picture around, and she said, this is my daughter, Melissa. She was beheaded in Atlanta. Will you help me? Now, y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I ain't worked every case, but I know somebody that's worked every major case in Atlanta in the last 45 years. I never heard of this case. I can't remember anybody ever telling me about a Caucasian female that was beheaded and just her head was found. And I'm like, yes, of course I will help you. That goes without saying, but I wanted more information. So I said, listen, I can't really talk to you here because, the party and all, but will you come to my office next week? And this is where it took a turn. She comes to my office. She's got a binder, the complete case file. I instinctively, when she sat down, reached for it. I wanted to get in that thing. I wanted to know, how did nobody ever tell me this at Manuel's Tavern? She put her hand on it and she said, I know you've already offered to help me, but I've got to tell you something first. And I said, okay. She said, my husband is in prison for murder and I helped him. Well, that don't happen every day. Most people go out of their way to lie to me. And this woman's telling me not only is her husband in prison for murder, she helped him.
You couldn't make this up.
You couldn't make it up. So I joked with her.
Yeah,
and I said,
it was wild to know parts of this going before I even knew Sheryl, just because it existed in the universe that I existed.
Yeah,
like
crazy, right?
Because it goes back.
It goes back. So
if you do nothing else, I will fund you getting this on Audible so that you narrate this book.
Even I'm telling you, I read some of it. It's captivating.
But it has to be her voice. It has to be her voice.
You're not even. You're still
fun.
in the setup.
Yeah.
She's still giving you the scene decoration.
Oh yes, honey. As my mama would say, this is just the dramatic crescendo I'm trying to get to. So I joked with her and I said, well, remind me not to make you mad. And she laughed. And I was like, thank goodness she laughed. And I said, look, I got to get this first off the table. Did your husband kill her? And she said, no. He was a devoted family man. He would do anything for his family. She said, as a matter of fact, the first person he ever killed was because he hurt a member of the family. I said, okay, I'm with you.
The first person.
I've heard that defense before. My husband didn't kill him because he was busy killing somebody else.
Right.
Okay, so I cued in on the same thing. And I said, well, tell me about the people he killed, because she already said the first person. So she started telling me this story and things started to sound familiar. And I'm like, hold on. By the time she got to the third victim and the fourth victim, I said, are you telling me your husband is the Flint River Killer? She said, yes. So this book is a serial killer that turned true victim of crime. And I don't mean like Jeffrey Dahmer that was killed. I mean, somebody in his family was killed, who turned to law enforcement for help, who then turned to me as a part of a nonprofit for help. That's never happened ever in history.
And it gets more wild.
That's the normal part. Again, well, this whole thing dropped. We could have had this conversation the last time. I think we were doing something, and Sheryl was here with us, and she was like, "Wait, this is all going to happen next week." When did you start writing this? Like, how long did it take to kind of put it? Because I'm telling you right now, Josh and Franz said it right. This is captivating, like you've never seen. Like we've had Susan on a bunch of times. We've talked about the whole Delphi thing from start to finish and stuff. It's fascinating, fascinating, but like a really well storytelling. But Franz pointed it out. You telling this story, man? Oh, I'm hooked. I am hooked.
Oh, it's got the makings of everything.
I mean this with love. One of my favorite Audible books, Green Lights, Matthew McConaughey, and he narrates it on Audible. And I can listen to him talk. He could talk about shit, and I'm just like, I just have. Look, I'm already in my mind. I'm already reading the book. I need to hear you narrating it. I just have to have
I promise the cast of characters.
Yes.
You're going to know some of them if you're into true crime. You just are. It's happening. It unlike any experience I've ever really had.
So
without spoiling
the story,
Mhm.
having represented a serial killer before, I got to ask, what was it that made it? Where was the dead end that made it a cold case? Like that is, in my case, it was. I'll say it, high risk victim, and so it wasn't at the forefront of law enforcement. She had family, but drug using, prostitution. She just
Sure.
Yeah.
So, just quickly, there's a skull in the middle of the road. They collect it, they send it to get identity, whatever. It comes back a Caucasian male. They don't even know it's a female, so they don't tie it to her. She stays a missing person for 4 years.
Oh,
It's one of those cases where if the family doesn't keep pushing, a million people would have been like, "Sorry, yeah, we got other things, man. This is a hotter fire. We'll get to that one. We just got to finish this one." And man, that happens twice. That's never seen the light of day until someone's looking at it in 25 years.
That's right.
and this is a
it's
major metropolitan. This isn't Mayberry. This isn't
That's right.
like Barty Fife. Like,
Yep.
what's a DNA test? So, like,
Listen, when you read the book, where it was misidentified is going to blow your mind. Because it wasn't.
See, this isn't fair. I told her when she sent me the damn sample, I said, it's 6 months away. This fucking book is never coming out.
But
No,
when
I
I
think she's got.
My mind it goes into a movie mode.
Right.
When I'm working a scene, I've heard a lot of people say their mind like pops into photos. Mine is a running reel. So I look at a scene and I can see the whole movie of how this whole thing happened.
It's
This story is
made.
insane. This is a movie to me. And
It's
if you
made for a
Josh said,
movie.
these cast of characters,
Yeah.
you got a serial killer with a wife that helped him dispose of bodies in the Flint River. You've got a daughter that's married to somebody that's volatile. You've got another daughter that's got some drug use. You've got another person, another person, another person. Like all of these characters are just unbelievable. There's Dixie Mafia, there's drugs, there's murder for hire. It's all in there.
And it's just filled with all the salaciousness. It's a Coen Brothers movie waiting to get made, because it would be an ensemble.
It would.
There's several kind of main folks that could share deep narratives of their perspective of the process.
Yep.
And I think that as a storytelling exercise, telling the various stories, fascinating.
And let me tell you one great thing about Josh. So I called Josh because I'm like, I'm not real sure how to handle one little tiny thing that's never happened in my entire career. I got a subpoena from the defense, not the prosecution. And then they were requiring all the letters that I got, from Carl, because the Department of Corrections wouldn't let us meet in person. And he didn't have the
Uh-oh. I froze.
from the defense. What should I do? So I'm just telling you, having good friends that can give you some good advice, legal.
Did Josh ever have to represent you?
No, not yet.
We haven't. I've provided appropriate guidance at appropriate time at the limited nature for what it was about, because everybody deserves that.
Well, you know what? I was texting with Sheryl when I was on vacation when she sent it to me, and I thought she had already put a lot of this work in to hit a road bump at that point where you're like, I want to do this, because you're right. If you can't tell the whole story, there's no point, right?
That's what I said.
It was an interesting juncture of like, man, well, here's what the law says. But here's kind of what I think's happening. But man, I can't tell you if that's definitely, because that could happen, but I don't know. Let me turn on the television and see what's happening right now.
It was so great.
So what's beautiful is she has no attorney-client privilege. She can tell the story.
Oh yeah.
Like Josh and I, if we want to write a book about a case, there's
Right.
a lot of hoops we have to jump through, right? This is
It's what I always tell those the television shows that call lawyers, and people wonder how some people get on television. There's several shows that would beg you to film your client during their prosecution and defense. That is one of the most terrible, unethical, difficult, bad things ever. And no matter the best way it goes, you're still going to end up screwed. Like you're taking the low end on that one, lawyer. Everybody else can win, not you. You will lose in that.
The Anthony Tomplay case that is a Netflix documentary. Jared Ambo from Baton Rouge is the attorney on that one. I got off the case because I was uncomfortable with Netflix recording attorney-client conversations. And ultimately, I was like, I'm a media whore. If I'm uncomfortable with it, that should tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
That's my thing. I'm like, man, I'll tell you all about it. I'll film myself during it, and then we'll get some waivers. You are not coming to my meetings. You are not letting my client know, hey, we're just making some television right now.
So,
like, are you kidding me?
I do love the waiver. Sheryl, you can do whatever you want. You just got to sign a waiver and it'll be okay.
so I've got to, I know we're going to get there, Derek, but I've got to ask, if I wanted to buy this book, where am I going? Please tell me.
You can go to Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Simon & Schuster, Target. They've all got it.
Manuel's Pub in January.
Right
Well,
on.
if I buy a book from the pub, you know I want an autograph.
Well, see,
I won't have them in January.
See,
but
I
I'll
was
have
just
them.
saying, as you were telling that story, we were like, give us more, give us more. You guys could, I want to hear a little bit about the 10-8 tour, and maybe you can go get yelled at by Nancy Grace for $60 a ticket or something, but do not tell this story there, because you're gonna get these people, you're gonna hook them for 2 minutes and go, buy the book in May. The place is, it's gonna erupt and rage and melt down, because I'm telling you, man, this is captivating as all hell.
Just imagine being at the original Zone 7, which is Manual Tavern, the cop bar.
Yeah.
And you've got Joshua Schiffer and Franz and Nancy and Susan and Priya, Joseph. I mean, you've got everybody.
I won't be surprised if some other people are just saying, no, I'm going to that too. Like, I will not be surprised if there are a number of people who are just there.
Agreed.
Well, it's gotta be sold out by this point, right?
It's almost sold out. Sure.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Manuel's Tavern is this legendary, every city has some legendary bars. This is a legendary bar. The family, the Maloufs that owned it, have been the bigwigs of DeKalb politics for 70 years. It's a great immigrant family story. And this is the bar of politics and political discussion. Jimmy Carter did stuff there. Every political battle is Manuel centered. And
So
it's that kind of historic place.
Assuming we can offload a few more tickets when I put this out, what could people expect when they get there? Sheryl, like what are you guys doing? Like a spoken word sort of thing?
So you can meet everybody in person. And then what we're going to do is each person is going to tell some of their greatest career highlights. The case that stays with them, the case they solved, the case that scared them, the case they kind of, broke that ceiling where maybe they made, a good chunk of money for the first time. Whatever it is, it's going to be very fluid and just natural, and you just get the real us, and it's going to be unbelievable.
I'm treating it as a poetry slam, and I'm going to tell the saga of a Canadian pool digger and his betrayal in a cross-border shenanigans with some crazy coots from down in the bayou. It's going to be great.
You want some of this
chlorine?
Basically, you want some of this
chlorine? What was that
Kevin
Spacey movie? The with Kaiser Soze. I'm going to Kaiser Soze.
Usual Suspects.
Yes, I'm gonna Kaiser Soze a story. And
Derek,
I'll tell you, and Josh, you know this, but one thing that's going to happen, when Franz and Nancy are in the same room, just chilling, you're gonna see a whole different Nancy Grace.
That's going to be the
not-
show.
So let's be clear. I told Sheryl I bought a ticket. I'm attending this as a guest, like as a audience member. I have no intention of
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna buy
you
a
do.
second ticket though, Derek.
Y'all,
I'm gonna buy a
it's so
second.
cute he thinks that. But let me tell you
I'm
something.
gonna buy a second ticket. I'm gonna buy a
We
second
get our way.
ticket for Daryl.
We at the end we're gonna do an auction of just Franz. We're gonna do a bachelor
And
auction
for the
of
record,
just Franz.
because I know that Nancy Grace listens to this podcast, Eric. For the record, she is a very nice human being.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first time I had a real conversation with her was before we recorded. She could see all the Catholic art I had behind me, and she goes, "Borghardt, are you a Christian?" And I go, "Yes." I go, "Yes, Mrs. Grace." And she goes, "You know, I'm a Christian too, right?" And I go, "Yes, I've been advised." And she goes, "We need more Christians, don't we?" And I said, I can't disagree with you more, Miss. I can't not get, I mean, I said, I can't agree with you more, Miss Grace. And ever since then, she's actually nice to me until she yells at me because I'm token defense attorney.
Hey, Sheryl, is Renee coming to the thing?
I haven't
Rockwell?
heard back from her, but I'll
That's enough. I don't want to say typecast, but there's some strong similarities there. Renee is kind of the defense version of Nancy.
yes.
Renee knows every single person that has ever lived in Georgia. Her planner is literally worth more than gold. It's one of those fat, old-fashioned, she still has to buy the special paper. Lord knows what kind of magic spells she has in it. Has been arguably volume and success-wise one of the most important lawyers in Georgia. Has
The
handled
original Lincoln lawyer.
Yes. Like she
Still
has
works at
represented
law.
more people. Oh my Lord. And is super, super Christian, faithful, religious, very much a woman of the people. Like she works for it doesn't matter who you are.
And she has
this is what I like about Georgia. With the exception of Florida, Georgia has a caseload of cases that you literally are like, you can't make this shit up. It's just, with the exception of maybe Florida. Florida has some of those cases too. But and you're just sitting back like, this is really happening. This human being really did this to this human being. And you know.
And yet, the lawyer that Josh was talking about had a day planner, not a calendar. And Sheryl didn't ask for a calendar invite. She said, "Tell me when to show up. I'll write it on my hand. I'll show up." You guys,
Hey, there's
what
generational differences there.
back
Renee,
in my day,
Renee has so many cell phones. Like you gotta understand.
Nancy Grace just needs a box of number twos and Franz to yell at. Everybody all over the country is watching it. But anyway, Sheryl, I know you have a heart out at 7:20. So is there anything else you want to do? People got to buy the tickets for the 10-day tour, but mainly you have to buy the book. Because I'm telling you right now.
She'll be back with the book. You'll be hearing more about the book once the book is out.
Yeah.
Say the title again, just so everybody can keep an eye out for
Swans Don't Swim in a Sewer by Sheryl Mac McCollum. And also listen to her podcast, Zone 7. All that sort of thing is good. I usually have my exit stuff here, but I don't know if we're stopping yet or not. It's my first day.
This book is going to be gangbusters.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be
huge. The story is unique and gripping, and just wait.
I told Sheryl when she told me about it. I told Sheryl when she told me about it last summer. I said, "You are so brilliant to start tickling these feathers around and telling people this book is not going to come out for a year because you were giving us, drips and drabs of the story and stuff like that. You're going to be able to this book tour. It's just I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you that you actually got to tell this story, and the way that it's unraveling is absolutely brilliant."
And this isn't, hey, it's someone in true crime and that's a case they like, so they got really into it and wrote a book. No. She literally is in the case. Like, it is a perspective where you're like, hold on. What?
This is Batman, written by Batman.
Like, it's not as much as I love true crime. I'm hopefully not ever going to be involved in the, like, I can't write this book for my clients for obvious reasons. I don't want another way to write this book either, because really, let's leave that to people that do what Sheryl does, and I don't do that.
Sheryl, the
she's
best-selling author.
in
Oh, that sounds nice.
the case. Like, it's mind-blowing.
Oh, I appreciate y'all so much. I usually like to keep the bar pretty low, but I do appreciate everything y'all are saying because I did work hard on it because I'm not a writer. And when I hear Dr. Ramsland, who's written 72 books, I'm like, I don't know how you did that. This one took me almost 3 years. I mean, I ain't got 72 books in me, honey.
Susan's, I think, took her 5. Like, it just, the stuff just doesn't come.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Live it, I think, because you want to do it justice. And I thought, man, I don't know to get somebody on the phone that could write it, so I did my best. But I do appreciate all y'all, and we'll be back for sure. But I cannot wait. And you know what we should do? We should maybe even do a little live clip from the 10/8 tour.
Yeah, I told you, there's a small chance I can get there for that, but there's this, again, I'm going to talk to you guys later this week. You'll see why my January is a little bit muddy, but it's good stuff. It's just, it's all over the place
I'm buying Derek a ticket.
I love it. I love it.
Yay.
Whether or not you show up or not. Look, if I have to take
there's
someone...
plenty of room at the Church of Schiffer, man. This joint is huge.
No, I know.
Listen,
but once you see
multiple empty beds.
You like the three of you's got like a big part of this, but again, once you see it and you'll see some, again, later this week, all this fucking rambling of mine will make a lot more sense.
Do you realize, Derek,
Yeah, Cheryl's got to go, so let me just, for more Sheryl McCollum, follow him on Twitter and Swan on Instagram, and Sheryl McCollum, and check out the amazing work at www.coldcasefoundation.org and buy the book Swans Don't Swim in a Sewer, wherever you pre-order your books. Sheryl, we love you. We're just going to rattle on a little bit.
Thank you. I love all of y'all. And Franz, you ain't going to be in the cheap seat, sugar. You're going to be up front. Love you.
Not why I bought the ticket.
It's
not why I bought the ticket.
It's going to be so fun to have everybody in the same room. It's going to be like for listeners, we don't get to see each other in person very often.
So
I've known Franz for a long time. I don't get to see him in person. It's going to get pretty soon.
I really do have this fantasy of an after party. I'm not inviting people to Schiffer's house, but I have this idea of an after party where we're just sitting around in a kitchen, cooking, eating, just whatever.
Does Nancy know Martha Stewart? For some reason, the two of them seem synonymous with me.
Yeah,
stop.
So you see those thirst trap pictures of Martha the other week? Holy crap! 84.
I will say this: Nancy does play with Twitter, and she will like and share shit.
Oh, she reposts my stuff all the time. Yeah.
Martha has never liked or shared any of my fandom. That's the word I'll use.
Well, she probably...
she gave you a cease and desist letter. What more do you want? Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Tell this bald lawyer to stop talking about me. No, there's some people...
Hey, Martha, if you're watching, I would go to jail for you.
There's some people when we approach it, because again, when I talk to their agents or whatever, a lot of people have like 1 or 2 representatives. She had like 10, which just makes you know right off the bat, unless there's a charitable angle to it. Like, I was never more surprised when we were trying to get who's that Stevie Van Zandt? Am I saying that right?
Oh, he's a big star.
Dude, it was like, okay, you reach out to his agent. His agent's like, you got to talk to his publicist. His publicist said you got to talk to his other agent, then his manager. And I was like, okay, listen, I can appreciate that, but this guy's not that famous.
It's weird. So, literally setting up the more middlemen you have, that's kind of like the big contest, because it's like you got to go through like 9 people to get to, and then you get to do the no. I'm going to give you the number of the guy to skip the line.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, if you want to skip the line, friends, just say to Nancy, listen, I don't want to deal with this shit. Do you have Martha Stewart's phone number or not?
I just can't wait. We're going to take lots of funny pictures. It's going to be a blast. Manuel's is a killer place for this.
What's the capacity?
It's big. It's
like, does it hold 1,000 people?
I wouldn't say 1,000, but several hundred.
Yeah,
it's not a little bar.
No,
there's multiple rooms as well.
I guarantee you, anybody who buys a ticket is going to be blown away, because you guys have been talking about putting something like this.
People are going to be really.
So I told Sheryl, I said, listen, this doesn't strike me as the kind of place that's going to have a mocktail. I
Oh,
said,
no,
I
they-
don't drink. I don't drink anymore. I said, but I love Sprite Zero. And before I could even finish my sentence, she goes, I'm on it.
This place is, so it's a super historical bar. It's been around forever. It has traditionally been a Democrat hangout because DeKalb County, where it is, has traditionally been a Democrat county. So it's like a family restaurant as well. Like it's everybody's welcome there. They have Sprite Zero. You're going to be basically on the same road the Coca-Cola headquarters is on.
For another spoonful of Franz Borghardt, check him out in line for a Sprite Zero or on Twitter at Borghardt
You should
Law
be
or
drinking that
Instagram
crap,
at
man.
Franz
That fake
Borghardt.
sugar.
Legal stuff. You guys
Look
are
at me.
killing me. Sprite Zero. What's in it?
Are you hating on Sprite Zero,
No,
dude?
no.
Dude,
you know
what's
what
wrong
you know what
with
I'm gonna do?
unsweet tea and lemonade like God
Listen.
intended?
If I get there, okay, I want 9 cups. I'm gonna fill 3 of them with Sprite, 3 of them with Diet Sprite, and 3 of them with Sprite Zero. Do you think you could pick the 3 that have Sprite
So when
Zero?
we go off air, I will tell you the Sprite Zero story. And then one day you can decide if we're going to go on air with the Sprite Zero story. But keep going.
I like the lemon test.
And for more Joshua Schiffer, maybe you need advice or some
You
other
don't need more of me.
Maybe you need diet soda. Oh, or maybe you got caught doing something bad. Check him out on Twitter at LawyerSchiff, on Instagram at LawyerSchiff, or at www.jdgrouplaw.com, or just reach out to me, gentlemen.
We didn't talk about the dating show yet.
Hold on.
Cliffhanger.